We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.
Gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the most exciting sports show on the planet. It's Sports Zone. It's live and it's on Lagos Talks 91.3 FM. Join the conversation and let's get talking. My name is Adu. They call me the suave man with a smooth voice. I'm here to put sugar on your cream and cherry on your ice. Make sure that your day starts in the most remarkable way. Well, it's the Sports Zone and let me get on with the show. I'm here to introduce you to the great men of sports. I'll start this morning with the King of Bridges, the Prince of Palliatives, the man in check, and the one who is not so rich with checks. Are you? I'm talking about none other than Mr. Femi Faraway. Good morning.
Good morning. It's great to be here. It's a brand new week. I'll try to ignore you, Adu.
You cannot ignore me.
Can you? The slander, the amount of slander I've received this morning, you will not top it.
The amount of slander that you received this morning has made you slender. Oh, say wisdom. Just say.
Obi, please don't leave me.
The amount of slander that you received this morning has made you slender.
Don't leave me.
You see why they call me the suave?
Don't leave me. Obi, I said, Obi, don't leave me, please. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't. Like, just tie me up already. Come on.
Oh, come on. You know.
No, Adu, no.
But it was good rhymes anyway.
I'm not interested in your rhymes, Adu. I'm not. Go for spoken words or whatever. I can't do that. It was a great weekend.
Oh, absolutely.
It was absolutely fabulous in terms of everything.
Wait, but can Nigeria always be like this in every world tournament? Is it just because the countries in the Commonwealth Games are not as many and there are not so many big international names, perhaps?
I would try, like I said, since I've been slandered, I will not slander another person. So yes, we spoke about the stories of European countries, the USA, some other top countries slowly withdrawing athletes. Or the USA, for example, were a former colony of the Great Britain, but they pulled out of the Commonwealth Games. So yes, it has reduced the level of competition a bit. European countries also reduced the competition, but you cannot deny the fact that this year Nigerian athletes have done very well in almost every sport. Wrestling also raked in a few medals as well, which was also impressive. Weightlifting. You know, we've had a lot of problems with weightlifting for years. That the fact that we went to the Commonwealth Games again for an event that we have not been doing so well at. We now raked in the amount of medals. And we're talking about some very young athletes, right? 19, 20. It was that impressive, Adu, that we had a 48-year-old athlete winning medal. You know what? I almost collapsed. Like, to tell you the perseverance, how we always strive and fight hard. How they never say die spirits. And despite all the challenges we encounter, despite all the tough words, I saw a lot of tough words as well on social media about Nigeria this weekend. And I always say this, that if you're not going to add good to it, just leave it the way it is. Criticism is, do a critique, not criticism. If you do a critique, is, we know we have these challenges, but there's a lot of things. So somebody wants to come to Nigeria. The person posted it on social media, and someone wants to come to Africa. Right, so it's going, what country should I come in Africa? And all the Nigerians that came under were just busy slandering Nigeria. Oh, don't come here, you'll be kidnapped. And I'm like, look, you can say, if you're going to come to Nigeria, there are lovely places in XYZ. Or maybe come to Lagos, or maybe go to, I'm just giving an example. I'll say, there are good place or good experience here. The other Africans, Tanzania, Kenya, Ghana, no slander. South Africa, no slander. They just gave their piece of where they want the person to come and they moved on. So I think that beyond all of these things, we had a great event, the Commonwealth Games. Let's not lose track. Athletics was beautiful. I was a little disappointed in table tennis. And if we're going to pick out the flaws of the Commonwealth Games, I think the table tennis event, I don't know, called it for me disappointed. You are arguably one of our biggest athletes. Right? Yes, people say Toby is a Brume. But remember, he was also part of the Olympics team. I think he was captain of the team Nigeria. He was ranked in the top 3. Going into this table tennis event, and you did not rake any medal in.
You will by rank now.
No, not by profession.
The fact that you are ranked does not mean you will rake.
I do not.
Oh, I'm on fire this morning. The fact that you're ranked does not mean you would rake.
I'm not even going to listen to it.
But you actually heard what I said.
But we had a record medal haul. So that for me was...
Yeah,
and the women,
10 gold, 12 now.
Gold.
Wow.
The event is over 12 gold. We had a total of 35 medals. So I thought we did very well. A lot of credit to the women folk as well. They showed, they appeared. weightlifting, they were there. Wrestling,
Awesome.
Oduayo Adekore was there.
Awesome.
Even in boxing, we got a silver medal yesterday.
Right.
You know, we were really present. The youngest winner was a woman. The oldest winner was a woman. A few men won medals as well, but the dominant, I think the dominant medals for Team Nigeria were all won by women, and that was very impressive. And it just tells us where we need to really invest in. Right, we're already getting a lot. We can improve on their time. I like the fact that we didn't have a lot of negative stories. Which, for me, the question you should ask the federal government is, if we have an event like this, and then we go and we do well like this, and we don't have any negative story, are you not happy? Are you not happy that everybody celebrated Team Nigeria? Is that not what you want to hear? If you do the right things, we will not have any negative story on social media, which will not bring out any international bad light for us. Learn from yourself. But hey, that's another story for another day. But it was a great weekend. Nigerians in football did not have that sort of chill anyway.
Oh, with the EPL?
At the EPL, now even in the Bundesliga, we didn't have that. Tawani came off the bench for Nottingham Forest. The team lost anyway. He played about 20 minutes. Joe Aribo played 90 minutes. Had just one shot on target against Spurs. They chopped it 4-1. Chidera Ejuke as well. I think he played for Hertha Berlin. They went away to Aweni's former side, Union Berlin. They also lost as well. So was the Simon side played out a goalless draw with Angers in France. So it wasn't the greatest in terms of football weekend, but I was very excited. The Premier League, I think that's one of the reasons why the pundits skipped town. He's on now.
He's not on yet.
United had a good preseason. There was everything United had in terms of preseason. They beat Liverpool in preseason, played well in preseason, drew with Aston Villa, and in the first game, Brighton showed them Pepe. So and then the manager listened.
Brighton made it bright.
Oh goodness!
You have to put some respect on the name. Brighton made it bright.
I'm just going to do this. I'm going to the news. I'm going to my script. I'm out of this.
Oh, good gracious. You can join the conversation and hear a little bit more of my rhymes with 0809-234-5913. The WhatsApp number for the station. You can get to join the conversation. 0809-234-5913. You saw what I did there? Join the lines and hear a little bit of my rhymes. Oh, Femi, I'm just on fire today. If you're a lady and you want to join the conversation, the number to call is 0809-191-3913. That's the number for women to join the conversation, 0809-191-3913. And, of course, the third GSM number to use, 0809-222-0913. And, of course, there's 015150913 and 015151913. Both are landline numbers. You can use to join the conversation. Let's get talking. Would love to hear from you. Also, Joseph Faulkner and Shegun Agbade are with us. Good morning, Joseph, and good morning, Shegun.
Good morning. Good morning. And had the worst start to my morning, man. But hey, good to have made it. Good to have made it. You were waxing lyrical about the weekend. Yeah, some people, spare a thought for.
But Arsenal is on top of the table.
Arsenal is not on top of the table.
Spurs is ahead of it.
Yeah.
But they are there.
But spare a thought for people like Shodi, people like Shegun Agbade. Spare a thought for them.
Shodi
is a United fan.
Oh, really?
He called me late last night. I wanted to write. I said, "Don't worry, calm down. There's more to come this season." Oh Lord,
there's more to come.
Shodi didn't let me rest last season when we started.
Did you notice that the style of Eric Ten Hag doesn't? When I mean style, not football style, his clothes, his dressing style. It doesn't look top notch. I think that's the first thing that does off me.
We'll get there, but some interesting stories in the hand. First of all, the Team Nigeria at the Commonwealth Games, amazing performance. The ladies did us proudly, and a lot of the guys, some of the guys as well, showed up eventually. You talked about the table tennis team. I think they were the biggest disappointment because going into the competition, they were, I think, one of the few sports we thought, okay, we'll probably medal, we'll get a shade, no matter what shade, we'll get at least a shade of medal, and they just didn't turn up, and it was disappointing to say the least. Wrestling, the wrestlers, they did us proud, got some medals. Weightlifting, as usual, got some medals, and then the people that really impressed me the most are the people on the tracks. I didn't expect that much medal from us, and The only person I thought, Toby Amusan, I thought, okay, yeah, we're set to see another record broken, which he did, you know. But Ophili, Chukwuka, the rest of them, all of them were beautiful. They were beautiful. And so for the person who asked last week, and we answered it, was that if Amusan can race in the 100 meters or whatever, the relay team, you have your answer there. You know, I know she's qualified for I think the last competition she was supposed to run in the relay, the World Championship, but it coincided with her main event, so she couldn't run with them. But at least that happened. So big congratulations to the team, to Team Nigeria as a whole. It was good to see Sheye Ogunlewe back on the tracks. I was worried about him for a long time, you know, and every time I try to chat him up, you know, he says this, says that, but it was good to see him, you know, back on the track, winning a medal for Nigeria. But hey, congratulations to all of them. That's one piece of news from the news sound that I really, you know, enjoyed. I don't know if Shegun wants to chime in on this.
Yeah, I agree with you. Morning, guys. Morning, Joseph. Morning, Adu. Morning, Femi. Yeah, I do. I mean, it's what we expected, and we're really happy, you know, what athletes have done for us in the Commonwealth. We take it, we appreciate it. It shows the length and breadth of talent that we have in Nigeria, you know, and, you know, long way continue. And we hope the Olympics is just 2 years down the line. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, the Olympics will probably be almost exactly 2 years from now. You know, we should 2 years from now, we're in the heat of the Olympics. So, you know, if we can maintain this form, if we can get the right people, you know, running our sports, you know, and if we can be a bit more proactive and have people backing these athletes, of course, we know they can perform given the right environment, the right enabling environment, which would be brilliant. So yes, that's absolutely brilliant. Congratulations to Team Nigeria. And it's a thing of pride. Did we eventually break our record? How many gold medals do we have?
12. We broke the record, yeah.
How many? What was
12?
How many
12 gold medal. 12.
12, fantastic. So that's
our record haul before was 11. So
11, yeah.
12.
Yeah, one more than the previous one, which was 11. So that's brilliant, which is what we were speculating. And yes, Joseph, you're right. You alluded to Toby Amusan running she used to run the 100 meters anyway.
Yeah.
You understand, but elected to do the hurdles because she felt she wasn't achieving her best. It just shows her mindset. She wants to excel. I mean, I've seen several interviews with her where all she talks about is racing with blinders on, ignoring her opposition and focusing on her, and then executing, you know, what her coach tells her. And she's a very single-minded person. And congratulations to her. You know, a funny story which I like, and I would not be among those that condemn Napoli's president. He's just doing. I told you guys that Osimhen wasn't allowed to come for AFCON. Other one was Lamba, everything. You know, and the guy just said, he said his mind, and it's a choice. I don't think it's racist. It's a choice. You have you run a business, and if you feel that your the people that's an integral part of your business will not be available for a month at a time at a peak period in the season, then it's your choice whether to sign them. To me, it's not racist. You know, it's simply saying what a lot of football executives think. You know, it's saying what everybody's thinking. You know, after all, Jurgen Klopp made an ill-judged joke about it. You get my point, you know, where it was roundly condemned for. I think he spoke out of turn. I don't think it was racist too, but he really said what he meant. You understand? Yoruba people say it's from play that you say, from playing that you say the truth. You get my point? So
I think I agree with you that it wasn't racist. I don't think it was race driven. So it's a businessman. You are running for instance, you're running a business center somewhere, and you have 4 employees, and one of your key employees wants to go for your festival because it's a Lagosian. And tradition every year, and tradition, and you say tradition dictates that he must be at your festival, you know, and all of that. I you know, it will, as a business owner, one of your key staff is leaving at a time when you really need him. You know, of course, it will pain anybody, it will pain any business owner, and I think that's what is paining him. He's probably looked at Napoli not, you know, for a long time last season. Napoli looked like they were the real deal.
Yes.
They looked the part. They looked like they were going to fight for the title and all of that. But then all of a sudden they fell apart. So he could blame it on his African players leaving in January for the Africa Cup of Nations, and then they lost a few games. I think in January they lost 2 games, drew 1, and it looks like he's blaming them for the turn of fortune of Napoli, and he has a right to do so. So I don't think I agree with you that it's not race driven. It's just a man who is pained that I'm paying you so much. You can't just leave anytime you like because one tradition dictates that you must leave, at that time and all of that. And I think it's one of the reasons, all these excuses that Africa can't hold the World Cup in June because of the weather and whatever. In this day that technology is so advanced, we're saying Africa can't host the World Cup in June. It's just to find a way around our rainy season. It's as simple as that. We need to build match centers, match venues that can handle the rain more comfortably than it normally is. And I think it's just laziness on the part of our administrators, not willing to, because we spend so much money on sports anyway. Why can't we just invest in doing proper drainages, technology that will heat up the grass, in case of rain? If Europeans can find a way around snow and heat, why can't we do the same? It's so much that even the chairs, the reserve, the where the reserve team sits at the stadiums, at least I know for the Emirates Stadium, where the Arsenal players sit, is heated. In case of snow, the winter, it's heated so that while they are sitting, they are getting some heat. That's why you see them in winter. They have jackets on their legs. So they can absorb the heat from under the chairs and all of that. We just need to find the technology that can help us, cope with this weather, whatever time of the year we're hosting it. Because it's not fair on the people paying these guys loads of money, because we're not developing the African leagues. So these players cannot stay back in Africa. They have to go to the best leagues in the world, which is in Europe. And they're not going there. Their games are getting better. They're getting serious pay, but then we're depriving their owners, or rather their employers, their services for a period just because we can't deal with rain.
I even blame CAF for responding to the story in the first place, because when we talk about a business, and to be honest, not only Africa, he also spoke about South America.
Yeah,
he says, and if you look through the squad, they have just maybe like 2 South Americans. I think they're about 3 or 4 Africans in that team. It's a business. The man has said his own. Did he disturb you? Has it changed any rules? That FIFA said cancel the Africa Cup of Nations. If the answer is no, move along. It doesn't really, all this, you know what? The man is already controversial before. Mm-hmm. You're now going to go and mix.
No, I think it's very pragmatic, but I hear.
No, what I mean controversial. When I say it's controversial, I'm saying that I agree with him as well, because the truth is, we all agree it's a business. If you're going to be paying somebody salary, you can't be doing charity with the work you're paying people salary. So he said, CAF should not enter the conversation. Stay out of it. I did not hear common ball entering.
It's not really CAF's business, because he's a club owner, he's a business owner complaining about the strictures that he's facing. You understand? And it's his complaint, it's his money, they're his employees, and he has every right to. I think Joseph gave a perfect analogy, about and if it's your best employee, you don't want him taken off at a particular period of the year, every couple of years. But let me do me a favor, let me pull Joseph's beard, whether it's because this one I agreed with me. I can't believe that Joseph agreed with me.
Don't worry, we're getting there.
So he has his Benzema feel today. He's got, how Benzema plays football, and he's got a band on his hand. So he's got something like that. So I think that probably he's going to want to stay with Benzema for like 1 week.
Yeah,
and has gotten some of his vibes.
But the latter part of Joseph's point, I do not agree with about. Do you remember the rains last month in July? Yeah. It was really serious. And can you imagine if you had a football competition that period? Even moving around Lagos was dreadful. Unless if there's something like an August break or something which we've had
was Lagos submerged? Was Lagos submerged? There were parts of. I was in Lagos. I didn't have a problem coming to the office and going back. There were parts of Lagos. Yeah, we know where you stay. Don't worry, it's fine. We know the problems.
But where you stay, there's no stadium in that area.
Exactly.
The stadiums in the area where we know are not submerged
at all, because during that heavy rain that you talked about, we still went to the high.
Stadiums, the two stadiums were fine.
So I think we can find a way around. 2010 December. 2010, was it 2010? Yeah, 2010 December. There was snow blast across Europe. Do you know that football didn't stop?
Yes,
there was football. There was a snow blast that airports were shut down. Because I remember I got stuck. I was going to the UK and I got stuck in Morocco for 48 hours. And football in Europe did not stop that period. There's technology for everything.
Now, the World Cup is taking place in November because of climatic conditions.
But what exactly are the climatic conditions that made them move it to this part? Extreme heat.
Extreme
and
heat,
it's for their own. It's for the good of. It's like what Brazil did.
Yeah.
Called the heat. They did water breaks. So now that's.
But the stadiums in Qatar are all artificial climate. They're gonna cover most of the stadium. And so
why did they play? Why did they play to July now? Because it would have been too hot.
We agree with you that yes.
If FIFA had not, Qatar was ready to host it in June. FIFA and some other UEFA were the ones who kept talking about the extreme heat. They were not sure if Qatar can handle the weather, and it won't favor European country. But Qatar will have handled that weather. People that do artificial snow, people that see technology. It's technology. You will find the technology that works for you. You will find it might cost you a bit more, but you will find the technology that will work for you.
Joseph, I passed through Dubai on my way to Russia for the 2020 World Cup. The heat was madness. So I don't, as you rightly said, there are air, but how about the fans? Move around. I don't know. There's so many things to take into consideration. It is what it is anyway. And we're talking about Nigeria. The next AFCON is in Cote d'Ivoire, which has now been moved to. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's been moved to 2023 January
24,
now.
24.
What?
It's been moved to 2024.
2024 January, yes, 2024 January, because of this same rain issue. But it's a conundrum though, and I really don't blame CAF for it. I mean, I don't know whether sorry I joined late, so I don't know whether Haaland was in the new sound, but man, I sat down, I was watching that guy yesterday, and I started being afraid. That boy is a phenomenon. His stats are crazy. 29 in 27 when he was in Salzburg, 86 in 89 with Dortmund, and now a brace on his debut with with City. I think that guy is going to score for fun. Although the thing is this: managers, the top 6 managers are very, very clever, and they'll figure out that Kevin De Bruyne is sort of supply. So if they can cut that supply, but then you have Gundogan, you have different players that can give you the ball.
You can't
but
cut.
I tell you what,
you can't cut De Bruyne off for the entire season.
But maybe games, but he's going to score for fun.
I'm sure you'll get the experience in January anyway.
Pace, man.
Like the second goal he scored yesterday, it wasn't De Bruyne that supplied him.
No, the second goal was De
Bruyne.
It was De Bruyne.
It was Gundogan.
Okay.
Gundogan that led to the penalty. It was De Bruyne. Lovely ball.
But don't worry, in October you know how it feels. October 2 to be precise.
Well, okay. Let me come to what you all be waiting for. Damilare, I saw your message yesterday. You're a foolish boy, dirty boy. You see, I love the way Paul Scholes, and I've read what Roy Keane has said. You cannot start any football match with Pastor Fred and Alhaji McTominay and expect to get anything. McFred is the worst midfield combination in world football. So there's nothing to be said. And the problem with Ten Hag, I said one thing, I put it on Twitter so anybody can go and check. Maguire was decent yesterday. It wasn't his fault that we messed up and all. But I said that making Maguire captain was a terribly wrong decision. And I'm beginning to look at Ten Hag. His insistence on waiting for all this time for De Jong when you know that you have a black hole where your midfield is. And for me, look at how Spurs played. Look at the way Arsenal played. Look at even Liverpool self. Liverpool on a good day should have lost to Fulham, but they still battled. And then Henderson's ball, if it had been an inch lower, they could have stolen 3 points when they didn't deserve it.
What if Ten Hag doesn't think there is a black hole like you are seeing?
Then at the end of the day, it's going to go the way of Ole and Ragnick and LVG.
Because
he will get sacked. These boys will get him sacked.
He could have tried.
They've been sacking every coach since LVG. All these boys are there since LVG now. They've been seeing the back of every LVG, Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ragnick. If Ten Hag doesn't grow a pair of balls, he'll be out in a year. It's as simple as that. Because they will continue to lose.
But I think it's just the first game of the season. Arsenal lost their first 3 last season, and we're almost finishing 4th. So it's just the first game of the season. I'm sure Ten Hag is an intelligent person. His record at Ajax speaks for itself. I feel like he's going to eventually find his team. He's going to find a balance, and then he's going to come good. Eventually, a lot of your players need to go. There are a lot of players that need to leave that club. And one of the things that a lot of fans need to understand is, no matter how much you like any player or don't like any player, you need to respect. If a manager comes and he knows what he's doing, you need to respect his choices. Because some of your favorites might have to leave that club. Ronaldo is one. I keep saying this. Ronaldo, for all the good he's done in football, world football, he has nothing to prove to anybody anymore, right? And I do not think Ronaldo is going to kill himself to help United get back to top 4. I don't think so. So
unfortunately, they can't let him go, because if Ronaldo goes, who's going to play Zimbabwe? Now they're talking February about Arnautovic from West Ham to China to Bologna.
Everybody.
City is buying Haaland. Liverpool has bought Nunes. Spurs bought Richarlison. We are buying a 33-year-old Arnautovic. It's not even. It's even a bid. Although Arnautovic is better than anything we have there, I'm sure he's better than.
He's not. He's not. Arnautovic right now. No, he's not. That one I can say for a fact. Arnautovic will not bench any of the 3 guys you have up front right now.
Excuse me. Rashford is absolutely useless.
But he's still better than Arnautovic.
Goals in 2 seasons. It's only Ronaldo that doesn't want to be there. And can you blame Ronaldo for wanting to leave? I put it on Twitter yesterday. I said in 90 minutes, Ten Hag has learned more about his team than he did in 6 weeks of preseason. Femi spoke about their fragility. I call them mentality midgets. Remember last season we were calling Liverpool mentality monsters. United players are mentality midgets. Their self is so low. They've been operating. They've been collecting big wages for doing McTominay and Fred. Anytime I feel physically sick. Anytime I see those guys in something like that, you can never. They are terrible. Brighton has never beaten United at Old Trafford ever. It's not even about league ever. So you and your first game as coach, you've already set another negative record.
I think that you're putting a lot of pressure on the manager at the start of his reign. It doesn't. He just started.
It does.
You need to give him.
You have this boy Van der Beek. You have James Garner.
It's obvious that when he goes in training, in training, these 2 guys put in more than Van der Beek. It's obvious that in training, when he was looking for a striker and he didn't find anybody, he went to Eriksen as this false 9.
Is it even a coincidence? Is it even a coincidence that sack manager, bring new manager, whatever, they all stick with McTominay and Fred?
All of them.
Is it a coincidence?
And where do they end up? They end up sacked now because they get them.
No, but eventually every manager will get sacked at some point. Every manager gets sacked at some point.
All right.
As a United fan, let me ask you this: are you ready to finish outside the top 7, top 8 for the next 1 or 2 seasons to get it right?
Yes, I am.
Well, I don't think so. That's why you are fighting now. That why will you lose to Brighton?
No, Joseph, can you ask me? Because let me explain. If the man has the courage of his convictions, if he drops Maguire as captain, brings in a fresh way. Look at Arsenal, Odegaard 23 captain. I love that.
But this Arsenal you're praising now were the butt of the jokes for 2 seasons.
We love those jokes. We love those jokes.
Together. They've gone out to go and
So you know that Arsenal in the last 2 transfer windows have been one of the biggest spenders. The 2 summer transfer windows, they've been one of the biggest spenders.
Got rid of some of their biggest players that a lot of the fans loved. A lot of the fans turned on the manager because he got rid of whatever.
Last season, they came within 2 or 3 games of finishing. They should have, but unfortunately, because of their mental fragility. No injuries. The key players were lost towards the end of the season. Partey, Xhaka, Tierney were out, and they crumbled. They crumbled. Joseph, you had no business losing to Brighton at home. Brighton, no, you
Southampton.
There's some games you don't lose. You don't lose to Brighton. You don't lose to Crystal Palace away.
Because Brighton is not a Premier League team.
Hold on. You went to Stamford Bridge, you beat Chelsea. You went to West Ham, you beat West Ham at home. You beat Chelsea at home. And you beat United back to back to back. Then you now lose to Crystal Palace
Southampton.
Brighton and Newcastle. Come on now.
So are those teams? Crystal Palace beat City, took 4 points off City, so they were not pushovers. There were no pushovers. Crystal Palace almost beat Arsenal at the Emirates. Do you remember that? Lacazette scored a deflected equalizer last minute of the game.
In Twitter, but what I'm saying is, what's the point of beating West Ham away, Chelsea away, and United at home, taking 9 points off those three?
So look at the lineup. Look at the lineup that played those games and the lineup that lost to Crystal Palace.
Anyway, okay.
And it's one of the things Arteta has tried to sort out. Tenny gets injured, nobody can stand in for him. Now Zinchenko is in there. The only fear that I still have for the Arsenal team is if Partey gets injured today, who really steps up to take Partey's place? Nobody in that team. Well, nobody in that squad. And that was one of the problems. That's one of the problems Arsenal had last season.
Well, but the transfer window is still open.
Oh yeah.
Zinchenko can play in central midfield.
But it can't give you a Partey performance.
Well, Zinchenko is good though.
He's good, but not a Partey. He's good, yeah, but not a Partey.
The Yakubu performance. Well, we shall see. Anyway, at the end of this, as I said, right now United were the butt of all jokes that we deserve to be, because if you go into another season starting back,
and long may it continue,
you deserve whatever you get, and it is what it is. But kudos to Manchester City; they were clinical in dispatching West Ham. Although West Ham didn't turn up, Liverpool were extremely fortunate against Fulham too. A lot of credit to Fulham and what's his name?
Mitrovic.
Mitrovic was a monster.
He's brilliant. He's up in scoring in the Premier League with 2 very good goals, a very good penalty, and all. But Liverpool, I worry about Liverpool though. But what I do say about
it's just one game. It's just one game.
Liverpool. This season just started.
There's nothing to be worried about. Liverpool, no. But the thing I like about Liverpool is when they want to drop points, they'll drop points in flying colours. It's that game that Trent will not play well. Van Dijk will look lost. They will do it in flying colours. But when they want to win, they will win very good. So I thought Fulham played very well. Right? The start of the season, even Bournemouth. I thought Bournemouth were going to be a bit Villa, like Villa with all the gra Villa has done in pre-season. They got smart.
How about Nottingham Forest? I bought 12 new players.
They will get there. They will get there.
We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.